All right, what's up, guys? Shea Bell BB Sports here, and we're going to talk about my pivot point. Okay, so what is a pivot point? And lingo is different from coach to coach to coach, so you guys can use whatever term you want. But what a pivot point to me is where is our body kind of pivoting? Where is it rotating? Where's our center of our axis as we go? Okay, so if we think about a pivot point like a door here, I see so many young hitters that will work with their pivot point to this front shoulder. Okay, so what that would look like is my left shoulder does not move, basically. That is my door frame, okay? And we don't want that. So it would look like this. My left shoulder kind of stays in place. My right shoulder is just kind of swiveling in, and it's swinging on the hinge on my left shoulder, the pivot there. And it's going in. And now I can't go anywhere from there. I'm to the front of my body, and the only way for me to try to finish this is to lay back like that, or I will just keep going forward. So I'll just kind of keep throwing everything forward, and I'll be way out on my front foot as I go. Okay, so that's what a pivot point on the left side would look like, our front side would look like. Now, we want our pivot point to be more towards the back shoulder. If you think about it, our barrel is way out to the side like this when we hit. We don't have a barrel here when we hit, okay? We have our barrel out to the side. So if I'm rotating like this, my center of my body would be right on this shoulder, and I would be turning around that point there as I go, okay? So as I hit there, I want my pivot point to be a little more towards my back shoulder. It's wanting to flip here as I go from that right shoulder. So now when I go and hit here, my right shoulder is going to try to stay in place. And I'm gonna rotate my hips there. I'm gonna make sure I maintain my posture too. That's important, right? But I'm gonna really feel as I rotate that left hip, this right hip is going to try to pivot in place there as I go. So it's just kind of like moving in a little circle there almost. So it's just kind of pivoting in place there as I turn that barrel over and I start to work through the zone. Okay, so now I'm turning around that pivot point on that right shoulder, to where now I'm rotating, and the barrel is now going to flip in the zone the way I want to, and it's going to want to now flip up, but now I can also finish my rotation very smoothly, okay? I'm not way unbalanced on my front foot there. I can just turn around that spine, and now when I want to let my barrel go, it can continue going forward, and my body can just finish that rotation through without moving my spine to do it, right? We want a very stable spine when we go and rotate. And that's how we do it right there. You have to have that pivot point more towards the back side of your body. You're holding a good posture here, and I'm turning around that to where that pivot point's right on that shoulder there, okay? So we need to make sure we're not working with our pivot point on our front shoulder, so it's moving like a door. So pivot point on my left shoulder would be like this in place, right shoulder just swings. Pivot point on my right shoulder would be like this, everything just turns around that side, and now my barrel can present to that ball very smoothly and cleanly, and I can finish my bat path through that ball and be in the zone a very, very long time.